Hello everyone, it's Petko Aleksandrov, and today in May 2020 I have decided to update the course and let you know what we have in 2020, what I'm looking at, what is the current trend, and as well there is an update with the strategy. Something that I have added for myself. Of course, first I wanted to test it out with many trades, dozens or even hundreds, before including it in the course, and now I will do this update and I will show you a recent example as well. Okay, so what you see here is the Bitcoin at the current moment. I don't have open trades with this strategy. I have some others with Forex currencies, but here are the counter trend lines and the trend lines. So first let's start from the trend. What we have since the beginning of 2020, the price crashed because of the coronavirus crisis, and after that it recovered. However, it broke the 10,000, but not really what all the investors wanted to see. It broke 2-3 times, but still fails to make an aggressive break of the 10,000. However, we're still in an uptrend. Alright, if I zoom it, you will see that we have series of high highs and high lows. This high broke the 10,000, and during this day it happened a few times, but after that these highs couldn't really break the 10,000 and the price pulled back a little bit. Now we have a very promising day today, but we will see what will happen. And regarding the trend, we are still in an uptrend. Even this high is lower than that one, but if this low gets broken, we are in a downtrend, okay? Because we will have a lower high and we will have a lower low. Until this low, the level is 8,114. Until this low is broken, I'm looking to buy. If it gets broken, I will be looking to sell, okay? Let me show you now on an hourly chart what a recent example I had with a trade, and I didn't have to use the never losing formula. So here are the counter trend lines. I believe already from the course you know how to build counter trend lines. I will zoom it even a little bit more. So here was the very aggressive counter trend line, and here was my example. I think the entry was about the 9,020-30. I think it was exactly at 9,020. Yeah, you can see where is the break, not an impulsive candle, but it was a break. And then $210 higher was exactly reached at 9,230. The entry was at 9,020, the exit was at 9,230, and you see after that the price broke lower. What happened actually right here, I will show it to you. My counter trend line was initially on this candle and my pending order was above, all right? It was somewhere here. And this was during the night. You can see it's 2, 3, 4. So I couldn't take this entry. After that, I just moved it. I moved the counter trend line. Here it is. And I took the trade just early in the morning when I woke up. I think it was about 6, 7. Yeah, exactly at 6 o'clock. There was the entry. Just here I missed it, but then I entered here. Now, what is the update with the strategy, and what is the thing that really a great entry with this example is that I'm looking to have a failure of the recent low. So you see the price goes down on an hourly chart, it forms downtrend, okay, because we have series of lower highs and lower lows. But before I enter, I want to see the price failing to take the recent low, okay? In this example, the price failed to take the low and then it went up. So this is what I call failure of the recent low. And now let me just move it to the side and I will zoom out to show you what else I had. Right here was this counter trend line. Then I had my take profit. I didn't have to use the never losing formula, and then the price went down and it made a lower low, which gave me the opportunity to have another counter trend line starting from here Alright, here it is, another aggressive counter trend line. And then I had one more right here. Alright, and then I had one more, which is from this bar going down. Here it is. Let me just zoom to make sure I have drawn it correctly. Right through this bar and then right through this lower high. And now if I take the crosshair, again you will see that I have a failure of this recent low. And then the price broke at the level of 8,700 and something. My entry was above the round 8,750. It was at 8,760 right over here. Take profit. 8,970. It was not reached right here, and right at this bar it was reached again just on the top of this bar, 8,970. Okay, so these were two great entries that I took, and after each one the price just fell back down. However, it was great entry. Now I had these consecutive two trades. It's a lot of counter trend lines, but I hope you can see clearly. Here is the first one, the first entry. I will put one arrow showing up. Okay, it's right over here. And then I had one more right over here. So I'm usually looking to do that if the price forms another lower low. Okay, if the price from here just went up, I will be looking for new opportunities, but you see what happened, the price formed another lower low, which gives me the chance to draw another aggressive counter trend line. And in both cases, I have this failure of the recent low that I'm talking about, this one and then this one. So nowadays, if I see that there is no failure of the recent low, I really don't take the trade. Okay, I will show you such an example. Let me just scroll to the chart. Okay, here it is. For example, this one right over here, you can see that there was an aggressive counter trend line right here. But what happened? The price broke this low and then it went up. There was a gap during the weekend here, but even there was no gap, I wouldn't take that trade because there is no failure of this recent low. What I want to see, I want to see a move up, down, and then up again. And I want to see this down or this failure of the recent low. This is very important, guys, because it shows that at this moment there is buying power. If this low, at this moment when the price fails to take this low, this is a sign that the buyers are stronger than the sellers at the current moment and they don't allow the price to go down and they push it higher. And then here my take profit was reached and price goes down, forms lower low, which is very negative sign. But after that the price again fails to take the low, which means one more time that the buyers are stronger than the sellers and I buy again, take profit was hit. So this failure of the recent low gives you one idea, stronger signals. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, of course, let me know, and I will make sure always to update the course. But as you can see, in 2020, still the strategy works great, the formula works great. So all you need to do is just to practice it on a demo account and practice it a lot before you apply it on a live trading account. And right after this lecture, you will see an assignment where I will ask you to show me such examples with failure of the recent low, just either from your trading in the future moment from now, or either in the past. You can just draw something over the chart and show me such examples with screenshots and pictures. So this way you will practice it. Okay, you can see what happened here. We can draw the line. There is no failure of the recent low at that moment. The failure came right over here. Okay, so show me such examples, practice over the chart. I would be happy if you show me at least 3 such examples back on the chart with aggressive counter trend line and failure of the recent low. So I will be sure that you understood the system completely. Thank you very much for watching the course and this update. And if you have any questions, let me know at any moment. I wish you safe trading and always enjoy when you are trading. Bye bye.